Alabama fans, we are in the midst of a second half of the month like battle with our Michigan Football Report channel here at Chat Sports. James Yoder is the CEO here at Chat Sports, and he is the host of the Michigan Football Report. He is the one that challenged us to this like battle, and I asked him for a statement for this like battle, and this is what he had to say. He said, "These Alabama fans are so delusional. Look at who won the national championship last year. You frauds. We're taking you on in a like battle today, and I know for a fact Bama fans won't show up. You lost your coach. Get ready for an 8-4 season." Now, we are a little bit behind on the like battle right now, just a little bit under 300 on that like battle, so make sure you guys like today's video for me. We want to catch up to those Michigan Football Report clowns out there. So make sure you guys like today's video for me right now. I am wearing my Lank hoodie today because it is absolutely a frostbite warning out there in Tuscaloosa. Christmas time is in July now. Alabama's 2025 recruiting class is all the way up to the number one spot on On3's 2025 recruiting rankings after two more five-star commits for the Crimson Tide have come in the past 2 days. First one up is Caleb Cunningham. We've been waiting on a while for this guy to commit to Alabama. Had previously been predicted by a couple of other sites. Finally pulls the trigger on Saturday. He's another five-star recruit for the Crimson Tide in this class. He's the number 13 overall player. In the 247 Sports composite rankings, they also have him as the number 2 wide receiver and the number 1 player from the state of Mississippi. This is what Cunningham told On3 about why he committed to Alabama. He said, "I love Coach Jamarcus Shepard. How he coaches, he pushes his guys, he develops his guys, and I know he can make me better. Alabama is going nowhere under Coach Kalen DeBoer. They are only going up. The new era at Alabama is going to be the same as it was under Nick Saban. They are going to get players and win national championships." Now, with one five-star commit on Saturday, Alabama lands yet another five-star commitment here on Sunday. Ty Haywood, the number 2 offensive tackle in this 2025 recruiting class, has also committed to Alabama, making him the 5th five-star in Alabama's 2025 class now, per the 247 Sports composite rankings. Like I said, he's the number 11 overall player, the number 2 offensive tackle, and the number 4 player from the state of Texas. So I want to see 500 Lank comments right now at the pinned comment, because there have been more than 500 people, frankly, talking about how trash Alabama is going to be next year without Nick Saban. They said that Alabama wasn't going to be able to recruit at the same pace that they did for the past 17 years with Nick Saban. They said, you saw James Yoder at the beginning of today's video. You saw him say that Alabama was going to have an 8-4 season this year. Well, you know what? I do not want to buy into any of those BS narratives that you keep hearing about the Alabama Crimson Tide. So get at the pinned comment right now. Spam Lank and let a naysayer know right now at the pinned comment. Now, with these recent 5 stars that Alabama has been able to get in this class, the On3 recruiting rankings now have the Crimson Tide up to that number 1 spot. Ohio State's also been going crazy on the recruiting trail, but with these recent commitments, Alabama has been able to jump Ohio State for that number 1 spot. Georgia's still sitting there at 3. Oregon also going crazy on the recruiting trail, sitting there at 4. LSU at 5. Notre Dame sitting there at 6. Florida State at 7. Clemson at 8. And then Texas A&M at 9. And Miami is sitting there at 10. Now, Aaron Hodges has been doing some funny things on Twitter. He's a director of player personnel for Alabama, and he's been just putting out emojis for his Christmas list of recruits that he wants in this 2025 class. The first one you see up here, actually this side, it's got the glasses emoji. And if you've been following us here at the Alabama Football Report, you have seen pictures of tight end Caleb Edwards. He also wears glasses. Alabama was able to get his commitment just last week. Caleb Cunningham. You see the fox. You see the ham. What do they say about foxes? They're very, very cunning animals. And then you got the ham. What does that equal? Caleb Cunningham. They got him yesterday. And then you have the emoji hitting the hay. And then he put the wood emoji, but our graphics would not read the wood emoji. So I put a tree. So what does that equal? You're hitting the hay. Add the wood as well. That equals Ty Haywood. Aaron Hodges also had 3 more guys in this 2025 class that he put out little cryptic tweets. The first one, what do we have here? A group of trees. What does a group of trees kind of remind you of? Maybe a meadow? What does that mean? Derek Meadows, another 4-star wide receiver in this class. Some sites also have him as a 5-star in this 2025 class. He is another guy. Was supposed to make his commitment this past weekend, ended up postponing it to July 20th. So these are the 247 Sports Composite rankings. They have him as a 4-star, the number 68 overall player, the number 10 wide receiver, and the number 1 player from the state of Nevada. And you got 5 of the top schools that Derek Meadows took visits to in the past couple of months. Michigan, he took an official visit to them back on May 31st. Georgia on June 7th. Notre Dame, one of the top teams that is going up against Alabama for his recruitment, took a visit to them back on June 14th. Then took a midweek visit to LSU on June 18th, and then was at Tuscaloosa on June 21st. Some of the official predictions for Derek Meadows so far. You got Tom Loy of 247 Sports, one of their national recruiting analysts, has him predicted to Notre Dame. And then Mike Singer of Notre Dame's On3 site, really good friend of the show, used to produce some of his videos back in the day as well. He also has him predicted to the Fighting Irish. So we'll see what happens. It's very interesting that he pushed his commitment date back a week. I don't know how much, if there's any kind of NIL stuff in the background or anything like that, or if he just wanted to make his commitment live, because it is going to be live on 247 Sports. So we'll keep you guys updated, and we will have a short for you guys when Derek Meadows commits, if he commits to the Alabama Crimson Tide. So do you guys think Alabama will land Derek Meadows in their 2025 recruiting class? Get down in the comment section for me. Type Y for yes or N for no right now in the comment section. And while you're down there, make sure you go click on the link, chatsports.com/NFL jerseys. You can get set up for the NFL season as well. I know there's a lot of Alabama fans out there who are also Saints fans, Titans fans, Falcons fans. You can get those Alabama alumni jerseys who are now in the NFL. Go support those guys. Go to chatsports.com/NFL jersey. That link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. There will also be a little clickable link right over there that you guys can click on. One more time for you, that's chatsports.com/NFL jerseys. The next player that Aaron Hodges has made a cryptic tweet about, these are the emojis that he chose. You got the lock emoji, you got the clown emoji. And, if you're not thinking of it the right way, and this one might confuse you a little bit, but you got the lock, and then what's a very famous movie that involves clowns? It is the movie It. And you combine them together, lock, It, you get Kaliq Lockett. He's another 5-star recruit that Alabama seemingly was not in really the race for early on this summer, but recently Alabama has been in one of the top tiers for Kaliq Lockett. He is a 5-star recruit in this 2025 class. 247 Sports Composite Rankings has him as the number 20 overall player, the number 5 wide receiver, and the number 6 player from the state of Texas. Now, like we said, Texas has been one of the top teams in his recruitment so far. Derek Young of On3 has him predicted to Texas, as well as Steve Wiltfong. But I will note, Steve Wiltfong placed his prediction back on May 28th. That was before Alabama was even in the running for Kaliq Lockett in his recruitment. He didn't even get Alabama in his top 5 until after Keelan Russell committed to the Crimson Tide. These are the top 5 teams right here for Kaliq Lockett in his recruitment. And Steve Wiltfong and Chad Simmons put out a great graphic the other day about the tiers that they think are the schools that are in the top tier and the bottom tier for Kaliq Lockett. Tier 1, they've got Texas and Alabama, which a couple weeks ago, if you would have said that Alabama is in a top tier for Kaliq Lockett, you would have been called crazy. They are in that top tier now. The other 3 schools for him, Texas A&M, Florida State, and LSU, are also in the mix for Kaliq Lockett. And what I thought was very interesting is Alabama is looking to get at least probably one more wide receiver in this class. And after Caleb Cunningham committed the other day to Alabama on Saturday, Kaliq Lockett posted on his Instagram story the Hayes Fawcett graphic of Caleb Cunningham and posted this too. Sheesh! I would love to get Kaliq Lockett in this 2025 class with Caleb Cunningham, with Latsier Brooks. And then if you go even further, you look in the comment section of the Hayes Fawcett graphic, you see right here Hayes Fawcett saying Alabama is just getting whoever they want at this point, and Kaliq Lockett responding to that saying, man, oh man. Like I said, I would love to get Kaliq Lockett in this class. I do think Alabama is up there having a chance to get him, and I think getting Caleb Cunningham just makes it even higher of a percentage chance that Alabama can land him in this class. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments section right now. Let me know, what is the percent chance that you think Alabama can land Kaliq Lockett in this 2025 recruiting class for the Crimson Tide? They're already up there at number 1 on the On3 recruiting rankings. Let's get them at number 1 on 247 and Rivals as well. So let me know, what is the percent chance you think Alabama can land Kaliq Lockett? The last player on Aaron Hodges' Christmas list for the Crimson Tide, I think this one's pretty easy to figure out. We've talked about him a lot in the past couple of months here on the Alabama Football Report. Simply put, it's a deer emoji. Who have we been talking about for the past couple of months here for Alabama at that running back spot? None other than A.K. Deer, one of the top running backs in this 2025 class. He is a 4-star recruit in this in the 247 Sports Composite rankings. He's the number 29 overall player. So once those final rankings come out and it's the top 32, top 35, whatever 247 Sports decides they want to do this year, he is definitely in that 5-star range for Alabama. Or if he commits to Alabama, there have been a bunch of predictions placed for him for the Crimson Tide. You remember just a couple of weeks ago, he was committed to Ole Miss, but a lot of steam has been picking up for Alabama. He's the number 2 running back in this class, as well as the number 2 player from the state of Mississippi. Now, I promised you guys some Twitter shout-outs on last week's video, or I guess it was actually on Saturday's video. I promised some Twitter shout-outs. These people follow me on Twitter, at Chris Chat Sports. I appreciate you guys for watching our videos and going the extra mile and following me on Twitter. So Boyd Silver, Adam Watson, Chad, the Lulu Bama Cowboys, Robert Hames, and Otakon. I appreciate you guys for following me on my Twitter profile.